Should I start?
You could.
Are you sure?
Oh.
All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, guys, welcome back to another one. I'm Pokey Finance Guy. My name is Nick. I'm an accountant by day and a interviewer by evening. It's not even evening. So, guys, welcome back to another one. I'm joined by a special guest, Mr. Chris over here. He also goes by Bundle Collects. He is a vendor in the scene, or some of you like to call it a scalper, which is crazy. Yeah, right?
That's crazy.
You're the guy. Oh, you're the guys that went outside the Target, right?
Oh, yeah, that's me. Yeah,
right,
because
yeah.
I don't value my time.
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, $15 profit for 10 hours of waiting outside.
Hey, I like my odds.
That's $1.50. That's pretty solid, man. Back in 1835.
That's what unemployed people do.
I guess, yeah. That is true. That is true. So, guys, today is going to be the market talk conversation. If you want, hit the like button. If you like what you're hearing here, drop a comment below after we're done, just what your thoughts are, and subscribe. I put out about 2 to 3 videos a week. That's right, I said 2. It's gotten to me.
Hey, at least you're posting on time.
Okay. All right, so with that, let's get into it. So obviously, market talk. What do you think about? I mean, like we were just going over it. Chaos Rising is right now holding around $235, $240 a booster box, $50 for a bundle. I mean, it's right around what it would be, obviously, when it's coming out, right? I mean, what are your thoughts?
You can't really expect it to be much less right now. I mean, you have Perfect Order hovering around 220.
Right.
It's pretty well known that it's not a great set.
Right.
So, I mean, you look at Chaos Rising and all the cards in that set, especially with the Greninja. I mean, you can't really expect it to go too far under what Perfect Order's at right now.
Right.
So, it's not ideal. An ideal world, we want $90 booster boxes, but it's just not the reality right now.
I mean, honestly, I'll take 130, 140. That's the thing. Like, I'll take one. Like, I don't need it to be the sub 100, but I'll take 130. I think a lot of people want that is $130, $140 booster box, maybe a $32, $33 booster bundle for a nice hot set. But it's just not getting there. You're right though. Like, you look at, and everyone was crapping on Chaos Rising.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the switch flicked on about 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, Chaos Rising isn't too bad.
It's the newest shiny thing.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not personally a big fan of Greninja, so I'm not crazy about the set, but I fully understand how people could be excited for it.
Right.
I mean, it's a different Greninja. I mean, we just got the one from Twilight, but obviously with the Mega Block, you have different aspects of the card and things that appeal to people, so.
Exactly. But I mean, like, it's the aspect they have the Greninja, and then Chaos even, for me, I keep saying it, but it's got the Gen 6, it's like got the actual Gen 6 starters in it. So, you've got the Fennekin, you've got Chespin, and then you've got Froakie.
Yeah.
It's Chespin, right? Yeah, it's Chespin. Okay. That was bad. It's Chespin. So, you've got those. Then people really like the Xerneas. People really like the Metang, because a lot of people like the working Pokemon. So, I mean, it's like you said, when you compare it to Perfect Order, for it to go underneath Perfect Order would make 0 sense. So it's gonna be higher right now. Yeah.
So, I mean, me personally, I'm looking much more towards Pitch Black. So, I mean, I'm a huge Darkrai fan, so
that set did drop. So you like that set list more compared to Chaos?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Darkrai just hits different for me.
Even though they did your boy like a balloon.
Look, it may not be the best, but hey, it's still Darkrai.
He looks like an inflated. It's like the little clown tricks that they do with the balloons at the parties. It looks like a clown got a hold of Darkrai and kind of.
At least it's not the Dragonite.
Yeah.
So.
People love that Dragonite and say how hard it hits, but it's literally just giant wings on his head.
Those were his ears.
Those were his ears, you're right.
Yeah.
He didn't originally have any ears, though.
Now he does.
Guess so. Full Dumbo.
That's crazy.
All right. So, from your perspective, I'm just gonna ask you, what do you see slowdowns at car shows right now?
No.
No.
No, I mean, that's the big thing is that it's really area dependent, and like I live in New Jersey, so Jersey being one of the hot spots for Pokemon, it's not really slowing down. Like even with as bad as Perfect Order is, like you still see that selling pretty regularly. So it's as much as a slowdown would be nice in terms of just the prices and the hype and everything like that. It's just right now it's not anywhere close to that.
Right. And you were selling Perfect Order, right?
Yeah, no, I was selling Perfect Order.
And you sold out.
Yeah, I sold out of it.
That tells you everything.
It's like I legitimately didn't even think to bring Perfect Order to some shows, and then I did, and it's actually selling. I'm like, oh, okay. This I guess this is just what people want, but.
I mean, sometimes people want to rip the cheap. That happens. Yeah. I mean, but for as much as everyone knocks on it, it's an okay set. I'll say that much about Perfect Order.
Yeah. I mean, people can hate on the Zygarde and everything like that. If you really break down the set, like, is it as strong as other sets? No. But it's not garbage. Right. It's not, like, there's going to be a fan base for it.
Right. And we're not talking Rebel Clash.
Yeah. I mean, you can appreciate it for what it is, and I think that's probably a difficulty in the hobby is that people can't appreciate other things for what they are.
Right.
So like everyone has to be influctuated with the things that are popular, the things that are cool that everyone else likes. It's like there's a space for everyone, and I think that's what makes the hobby a great place. So whether you like the popular ones like Charizard, Gengar, or you just like some of the ones that are in the back like Zygarde or any other of those Pokemon that like don't get a lot of the spotlight. So
no, you're right. I was talking to someone on Discord that we were in a Discord together, and they were like, they said something about, I forgot what it was, about someone liking a certain Pokemon. I said for every single Pokemon, someone likes them. There's always a fan out there for all 1,000+ Pokemon that are in existence. Like someone likes one of them at least. Like that's the nice thing about this hobby is every single person, not every single person, but every single Pokemon gets love from someone.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Absolutely.
To your point, you know?
Yeah.
People hating on Zygarde, but people still like the Zygarde. Still like Zygarde, I'm sure, as a Pokemon. People still like all of, Gen 6, 7, Trubbish, Comfey, Klefki. People like those, Cobalion, Terrakion. I'm just naming names right now, less popular Pokemon.
Yeah.
But like you said, people like those Pokemon.
Yeah, and sometimes it goes even beyond the Pokemon. Like you could have people that like art designs.
Yep.
People that are searching for specific artists.
Yeah.
And it just becomes like, even with connected cards, like you have people that are wanting to finish the connected card. Like with the Crown Zenith is the number one that comes to mind. It's like
Kiragawa.
Yeah. Yep. So it's tough. Even the Durant.
Yeah.
That just came out. Like
the scary thing about the Durant is that's just a never
you can go on for as long as, like, if someone wanted to do 100 cards in a row, like they could.
Of a Durant, they could just keep going with that. That would be wild work.
Yeah.
But you're right. Even like the connecting arts, I'm thinking the Bulbasaur line. That's connecting art. I'm thinking the Sawsbuck and the Deerling from Temporal Forces. That's another one.
Yeah.
There's so many great types of designs like that. You're 100% right. Yeah. If there's what's one set you see right now that's kind of slowing down? Now, I don't want to say like it's like, oh my gosh, no one's like, but like, what do you see possibly slowing down right now at shows that's there, but it's really not selling like how it was maybe 3 months ago?
Honestly, if I had to point, like, a certain set doesn't come to mind. I would just say Sword and Shield as a whole, as a block, is just pretty stagnant right now. Like, I know we just had the pump with Lost Origin, Silver Tempest,
and
Fusion.
Yep.
But for the most part, you don't see, at least I haven't seen a lot of people buying them.
Have you seen, and you've seen a good amount of product there?
Yeah, actually. Like there's some, and I don't exactly know what it is, but like I would have boxes out and there wouldn't be too much traction on them from what I've seen. Like I don't know if people have different experiences with that or whatnot, but like I think people after that recent pump are just kind of expecting it to dwindle back a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of keeping them a little scared from buying in right now.
But I mean, like, when you say, like, initially when I saw the run-ups happening, obviously I was thinking, I'm like, oh, okay, it's from the video that Rudy made, which jerk put out the video literally right before me. But, you know, he is cooler, has stronger hair. Focus!
That's crazy.
Focus, that is crazy.
Brutal.
That is. It's brutal, man. It's brutal. Maybe I'll just become the Kirkland Rudy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of those out there, so.
Crap. Maybe I'll be the Timo Rudy.
That's crazy. Man. The YouTube life's different.
Bro, I've changed.
Yeah, you lost your way.
I have 5 months of posting on YouTube. But initially when I'm seeing it, like you just said, we only named 3 sets.
Yeah.
And the weirdest part is, it's not like we named the top 3 sets even. We named Fusion Strike and Lost Origin, who are the ones behind, contenders behind, trying to knock out Evolving Skies. And then we named Silver Tempest.
I love that set.
Yeah, I mean, I love Silver Strike too.
Strike's
It's Fusion Strike and Silver Tempest put together. Yeah, great. But we then named like Silver Tempest, and it's like, of all the sets, you didn't even go to Brilliant Stars, which I feel like is so underrated when you have an Umbreon, an Espeon, you have a Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Eevee, in just the trainer gallery alone. And then you go a step further in having the Arceus, and you have Charizard as alternate arts.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand Lost Origin, because when I looked at that list recently, I saw like the Pikachu, the Gengar, I saw the Charizard, all trainer galleries, and then Pikachu's just there multiple times as a trainer gallery, and then we're not even talking about the Aerodactyl or the Giratina V.
Well, a lot of people view Lost Origin as a 1-card set.
Which is, I don't know, I disagree with that.
Yeah, no, Lost Origin's always been my favorite set. So
yeah, you have always had a huge...
yeah. I think people just like overlooking the cards because they're not all arts.
Yeah.
But it's like, these cards are great art.
Which is ironic because now like the Rayquaza trainer gallery is at like 190, 200.
Yeah.
The Starmie V people like, the Garchomp V people like. Those cards are for different reasons though. We're not going to get into there. Yeah, that's actually nice to hear that you can find Sword and Shield at these shows too, because I would like to get some more of it maybe in the future.
Well, it's weird because like 6 months ago, I would actually get annoyed because I wouldn't see any. So I'm assuming because the recent pump, some people are trying to sell it off.
Maybe. Solid point.
Yeah, like I would look at shows and no one would have Sword and Shield boxes like anywhere. So it'd be a pain to find them. But yeah, and just on top of that, like even Sun and Moon even would be just as bad, if not worse, to find.
Oh, I can imagine. At this point in the stage, yeah.
Yeah. So.
If all right, so we talked about one that's stagnating, or not selling as hard. What about one that's pumping? Not one particular product or one particular set, but if you had to maybe try to narrow it down.
Yeah. I would probably just go Ascended Heroes. I mean, that's the kind of the low-hanging fruit right now.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
It's scary what's happening with that set because it's safe to assume more product would get made for it.
Right.
But at the same time, it's pretty commonly agreed on that it's better than Prismatic.
Oh yeah.
I don't personally have that view. I like Prismatic more just because the theme of the set is kind of more balanced in my eyes. But I can fully understand why people like Ascended more.
Okay, I can get behind that thought process.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying behind it. Yeah. Okay.
Like Ascended feels like it's a lot of cards just jumbled into a set.
Like they took Mega Gengar, they took Trikachu, they took Mega Dragonite, and they kind of threw it in with a couple other IRs or SIRs to kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when I see Ascended Heroes, to me, and this is why I thought initially it wasn't going to do well with the masses. I saw it as introducing a lot of the new megas. You know, you had Scrafty, Hawlucha, you have Dragonite. These are all the new mega evolutions that we saw in ZA that are coming out into the TCG now. So, you know, when we think about the first couple of sets that we had pre-Mega Ascended, we're thinking Mega Base, which had, you know, Venusaur, Lucario, Gardevoir. They're already established as megas. Yeah. You have Phantasmal, which has Lopunny, calm down, Sharpedo, and Charizard, again, established megas. So to me, the theme for Ascended Heroes is kind of introducing the new megas. That's how I see it.
Okay.
And then for me, on top of that, I like Ascended more only because of the fact that it did what Prismatic should have done.
Yeah. Included IRs.
Right. You know, Pokemon even realized it after it. They're like, oh, well, you know, you have the Pokeball patterns and the Master Ball patterns, and people didn't like that because they wanted the IRs in there too with it. So they decided, okay, fine, next year we'll just add the IRs in, and that's what they did because they still have the patterns in there. They have Pokeball patterns, and they're different ones now, and then they have the energy patterns, right? Yeah. So they did away with Match Ball completely, but. No, it is concerning, and we know we're going to get more, so I don't, you know, for me, I look at that, and I'm like, it matching Prismatic right now, and if you're an investor, someone who's just holding stuff, it makes sense. I'm not a big fan of Prismatic in general because of the pull rates. I prefer to have a good pull rate set.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right, which is why I'm high on Black Bolt and White Flare, but Prismatic is still one of those things that kicked off this intense bull run, and on top of that, it's always going to be something that people want to open for multiple different reasons.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if I'm going to pick one of the two to go into right now, it's Prismatic, but I do like Ascended more, and I get why it's getting ripped, but I think people got to pump the brakes a little.
I mean, the one thing that they did that was really smart with Ascended is that even though they were putting in these newer megas, you still have 2 Pikachus in the set. You still have the Dragonite in the set. You still have the Mega Gengar in the set.
Yep.
There's like, you still have these established Pokemon that you look back to the Alt-Art sets in Sword and Shield that help carry that era.
But it's hilarious because if you look at the set list, there's so much more to it than just what we're naming.
Yeah.
For instance, they have the Mega Meganium, you know, for Alligator and Ember, right? Yeah. So they have them in there too, and they're pretty solid SIRs too. Yeah. But it's so funny how everyone gravitates towards those 3 because they're ridiculously priced.
Yeah.
1,300 raw for a set that's not even 6 months old is.
You could not pay me to take in that card. I promise.
Okay, so that was actually going to be a question I was going to ask next.
You can't pay me to take that card in.
What do you currently take in?
What do I mean, obviously Sword and Shield stuff, Scarlet Violet stuff, particularly the early Scarlet Violet stuff. That's the stuff I'm focused on.
Yeah.
Ascended Heroes, I just can't be bothered taking
it's
that.
It's just, you feel like you're going to take an L if you bring that stuff.
It's not even that I'm going to take an L because, like, the reality is, like, when you hold stuff, as long as you have time in the market, you're going to be fine. Right. So it's not even a worry with that. It's just the fact that, like, if you look at some of these cards and where they're priced, like with the Pikachu with the, in the forest, it's like, it's a cool card. It's not $1,300 cool. Like, no. There is so much other stuff I would rather buy. Like, I would rather buy...
You realize if you, instead of buying the Mega Gengar and the Pikachu, which, by the way, is $1,300, if you took that $2,600, you know you could buy it there, right?
I'll buy the new Charizard in a 10. I would rather buy that.
I was thinking Evolving Skies booster box.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely okay with that.
The Charizard's a great move too.
I would buy the Charizard.
In a 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I was saying on my Friday video, the art on that. If it wasn't good, it still would have sold, but it would not be where it is right now.
If you want to look at a set being carried by one card, Phantasm was a set.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That is.
And if you want to,
that's what people like to call Lost Origin.
Right. And if you look at a set that just gets floored, it's perfect order, and it's still somehow $220 a box.
Well, I mean, people need to rip something.
True.
That's the sad part is that like.
Which is why I said it'll be 300. It'll probably be like 300 by the end of the year. If and whenever they drop these waves.
Unfortunately, it probably will.
Yeah.
That's the sad reality.
It is.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't be ripping it out of that, but
no.
I'm
better off just getting the singles, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, buying the singles is the way to go.
Right.
If you need to fill up your binder or anything like that.
Exactly.
It's easy.
What's one etiquette that if you could tell people, like, so you're at your table, okay? What's one like, basically put it in the mind of the person coming up to you.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you could tell them that helps to make them either selling or trading easier with a vendor?
Just don't be scared. It's like, like that's the one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of the times it seems like people are afraid to talk. So like they'll walk up to the table and they'll like not say anything, and I'll even say something and it'll be like they're almost like scared to approach me or talk to me.
Oh jeez.
So like and I know a lot of people experience that too. It's like I think one of the things that we need to get back to is acknowledging that we're all people and that we're all in the hobby, obviously for different reasons, but like there does need to be a compassion and care for one another.
Yeah.
And I think just reminding us that we're all human beings and that we can all approach each other and talk to each other, it makes everything easier because at the end of the day, like this hobby helps a lot of people and it brings a community together. So I think if we can get back to that, that would be really nice because obviously the money aspect of it is huge now.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But it's like we can't forget the fact that this is a community that we can all appreciate and love and care for each other in the midst of it all. So,
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Had to use the community word, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Just couldn't help yourself.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'll tell you that about the culture.
Please.
Culture's not doing too well right now.
Oh,
culture's not doing too well right now.
well,
That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. No, I agree with you. I think that's the biggest thing that's getting lost in translation. There's a lot of finger pointing, and still to the, like, even last year when I was watching it in April, it was a lot of finger pointing. Like it was so much finger pointing of people just trying to blame one certain set group, and there were all these different videos from YouTubers about it, and it's just. I think end of the day, everyone is contributing to it. There's no wrong group in this. And you're right in the aspect. When I went to my first show too, you know, to add on to that, for me personally, when I go to talk to vendors, I'm in the mindset of this, guys. They bought the table, but also regardless of them buying the table and whatever and covering the fees, they need to make margin too.
Yeah.
So for me, whenever I go up to a vendor, I try to start around 88, 90% of something because that's a little bit of a fair area, especially with sealed product. And I'll try to offer cash too on top of it because some people like to not claim the cash, some people do, it varies. I think getting back to that is important because people need to also understand when you're going to trade something, you need to understand if something is gonna move quick for the vendor or if it's not. For me, I watch different vendors at times, not as a means of me trying to eventually turn to vending, but to understand the people I'm working with on deals.
Yeah.
I think that's also a lost thing too, because again, like we were talking about in the beginning, everyone thinks vendors are just scalpers and and mega resellers and they're a big issue.
And that's not to say that there's not people that are like that.
Right.
There
exactly.
absolutely are.
Right.
So
I can't even tell if she's in the way or not.
Oh.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a little bit of just professionalism, courtesy to someone else. And also, again, that goes back to just making connections in the hobby.
Yeah.
I met you through Discord, and then we met at a show. And the next thing I know, you became a vendor, and then we met a couple times at a show. I mean, I wouldn't have that connection. And to me, the connection is worth it. We're friends, and I appreciate that. And more importantly, it's what helps keep you in the hobby too. Your friends help you keep you in this hobby. They help keep you grounded a little.
Yeah. But it also does work both ways though, because you also have, and it's tough because a lot of people are in the hobby casually, and that's fine.
Right.
But like you were saying, like when people go to a table and they're trying to sell something, for instance, it's like they want 100% market, and it's either that or you're a terrible human being.
Right.
And like the reality is, like for the most part, nothing's ever selling at 100% market.
Right.
Like.
And that's the thing too, like that's what I'm trying to say too, is the same way they have to understand that you're not going to be able to sell it to someone who paid a table to be there. You can then turn around and say, oh, can I buy that from you for 90%? You know, that's sometimes they'll say, oh, I can do like maybe 93%, or you can, or I can do 88%. Asking, I think, for 70% is you're gonna be some vendors are gonna be like laugh at you or not, like just gonna rub some people the wrong way. Which okay, but
yeah,
just understanding the proper etiquette and I think how to just tackle from both ends.
Yeah, and it depends on what the item is,
right,
or what the product is. Like,
right.
If someone's coming up with an Evolving Skies box, it's like I'm not expecting them to sell that for under 85%.
Oh no.
I personally wouldn't expect them to sell it under 90, because I know I wouldn't.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, if this is just a common product.
But you're talking, yeah, right. But you're talking about, we're talking about, for instance, that's one of the hottest, hotter, if not the hottest item. But like, if we're talking, let's say just a bunch of bulk Vs. And I mean, again, I run a bulk business,
yeah.
So for me, I try to aim for a certain percentage that's lower, but it's also because when I take in the bulk, those Vs, those EXs,
yeah,
I don't know how long I have promos that I bought back in January, Walking Wake EX promos, and they're still with me. I mean, I bought in a couple other promos at the time too.
Yeah.
And a couple of those have sold, but overall they're still with me. I mean, I run that risk by pulling them in, so I have to go lower.
Yeah. I mean, it's the convenience of it.
Right.
Like if you're buying 1,000 bulk Vs, like obviously you're not going to be paying market on those.
No.
Like typically people will do like 50 cents, 60 cents
right,
per
exactly.
V.
And if I'm buying a lot and it's got a good amount of liquid cards,
yeah,
and there's maybe one or two liquid cards, at that point, if you really want to get more out of those liquid cards, maybe pluck them out and then just sell the bulk lot at 70%.
I mean, liquidity is just as important as the value of the card,
right,
or value of the product, or whatever it is.
Exactly.
It's like, and because this is, and like not to bring stocks into it, but like when you look at stocks and how people sell those, it's like you tap a few buttons and then that's it.
Right.
It's like with this, like there's actually a process that goes to it.
Right.
Like either you have connections that you can sell stuff to, or you vend at a show, or you just go through like Facebook Marketplace, Discord, things like that.
And that's what makes it funny for me hearing these people say, private equity's getting involved. They're going to buy up product. And I'm like, I don't know how much of that is true, because at the end of the day, you have to understand.
Yeah.
They themselves are going to have to then buy up all this copious amounts of products. Then you're going to have to sit there and have someone who's an analyst or someone who understands how Pokemon works to study this for years. And then after that, you have to then sell the product, right? And then on top of that, now you're going to go into the logistics of it. You have to figure out the fees, where you're going to sell it on, as well as how you're going to ship it. Yeah. Who's going to ship it for you? Who's gonna insure it for you? Like all that comes into play. So when I hear that, and then me I work in private equity, hearing that, we mainly work with buying shares, obviously, of companies. We don't work with buying a lot of physical assets, right? Yeah. Which is, like you just said, something completely a little different. Like you said, if you're buying stocks, you can go beep, boop, boop, done, over with, Yeah. With this, you're buying a physical asset, and then you got to eventually sell it, but then you have to take into account shipping, you have to take into account fees that are going to eat up. It sounds, listen, I'm not going to speak for every venture capital out there, but if you're doing it, I would hope that they're running their checks before they do. It just seems like a lot of work. But
if you look at that, and you can stop me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't those groups and people be the most capable of doing that kind of thing?
They would, but my issue becomes, again, we're talking about companies that are used to selling in stocks, not Pokemon cards. So that alone, you can't compare an apple to a potato. I'm not even going to go buy a fruit, because we're talking about a digital stock versus a physical asset. We can, at the end of the day, there's a reason why stocks are called traditional assets and why collectibles are called alternate assets. They're two different things. Alternate assets have a higher potential growth rate versus stocks. They also have a potential ability to smack you in your face, leave you on the ground, and then keep smacking you even while you're unconscious. But yeah, I mean, I would hope that they do their work on it.
Yeah.
But my concern comes in where they normally will be selling shares or stakes of a company.
The patience isn't there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Or the understanding of how it works. It's not a simple you put in an order at your brokerage firm and it's sold and then you can do the quick paperwork. That's not how it works. It's sometimes, depending on what you have, if for instance, a venture capital bought 1,000 cases of perfect order.
Yeah.
And then in 10 years, see, you're laughing now, right? Now fast forward 10 years.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna have a fun time selling those 1,000 cases?
Not at all.
Right, exactly. And then let's say they're selling 30 of them. Then we go into logistics of it. Okay, now you gotta ship it out. What do you mean I gotta ship it out?
Yeah.
I sold it to you. No, I need the physical asset.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Is like, if let's say for your hypothetical, they did that. In theory, let's say they got the cases for $1,200.
Right.
Down the line, let's say 10 years, it's say for the sake of conversation, it's $3,000 each.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. For someone that is just doing it by themselves, like just selling one case a month, you're fine.
Right.
You wouldn't have to worry about it. But for a company that's trying to maximize their return and just trying to get the cash to put it to something else, it could be like you're saying, it could be a bit of a pain.
Right.
Because you're not going to be able to do that.
Right. And think about it too from this standpoint too. If you decide to throw 1,000 cases on the market, do you or do you not think that
that's going to tank the market?
They themselves are going to be like, why are we not selling? Put the price lower. And then next thing you know, it's going to go from $3,000 to like even 2,700. It's like 10%.
Because then you're going to have people undercutting you.
Right. And then after that, it's going to be TCG player being like, oh, okay, we'll take 15%. And they're like, well, no, why are you taking 15% from us? We're a big corporation. Well, you guys have never sold anything with us.
Yeah.
So see, again, it becomes harder for them maybe to possibly not sell on TCG player or eBay or try to work with maybe just them in general to kind of sell something at maybe a discounted rate then. They could do that, but again, it seems a lot more logistical. Now, where private equity could be coming in is buying companies. So for instance, buying distros, which I've heard about. Buying maybe even slab companies. There we go. That was so hard to say. Slab companies.
Yeah.
That is where I could see them coming in because you're kind of grabbing operations or businesses that are built up and you're buying stakes in them. You're kind of buying them and taking them over and that I could see them doing because that's easier for them to translate on paper.
Yeah, it's just hard because you can't track it. Or at least the daily person, your everyday person's not going to be able to track something like that.
Right. So, no, you'd have to be really tapped in. And I mean, I work in the accounting field and I look at finance stuff and I love it. But even I didn't know some of the companies that got bought, and they were bought before we entered the hobby. Like there was a big distro actually, who was bought in 2019, and it's like what?
It's tough. It's tough. And going off of that, like that kind of makes me, like when people say like there's all these investors in the space, like I think to myself like how many of them are actually doing it on a scale that's big enough to actually impact the market.
Right.
Because like yes, obviously like no one can deny that Pokemon is leaps and reached higher heights than ever before, but you also have to ask yourself like, yeah, it's cool. You have all these people buying like 6 boxes and putting them in their closet, but like these are all smaller scaled people that aren't really doing this at a large scale.
Right.
Because I think that in order to do it at a large scale, it takes way more than just simply buying stuff and putting it away.
Right.
Because like once you get to like 5 figures, 6 figures, even some people with 7 figures, it gets to a point where like, all right, you have to worry about insurance now. You have to worry about storage. You have to worry about all these things. And it's just like, what am I supposed to do with all this now? And not to mention, like, if you have an issue going on in your life or you need to sell something, it's like, if you're not capable of doing that, if you're not establishing yourself on eBay or Discord or Facebook or as a vendor, like, if you can't sell it off, it's just, what's the point of it?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's an unrealized gain.
It is.
Like, you don't have the money in hand and you can't just press a button to sell it or,
Right.
or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
so it's tough, and it's not for everyone.
I think that's the good thing about where we, like, sometimes I just look at where we live, like, because I'm Connecticut, you're New Jersey.
Yeah.
We got New York in the middle. I grew up in New York. And it's like ridiculous. But then I go on the other side and it's like, well, we have a lot of prominent YouTubers here that we could probably easily reach out to and sell our collections to, you know, whether it be weirdly meeting PokeRev at a show in New Jersey or CTR at a show in New Jersey or Plumber or Catch 'em All Collectibles, meeting him somewhere, you know. We have so many different access and routes where we can reach out to those individuals and be like, hey, you know, I'm in the tri-state area, buy you, this is what I have, how much percentage. Being able to have that is so important compared to being in a different area and not really knowing that, like you said, you know, having, again, the connections, the network. What I will say though is you are accurate with the fact of there's not a lot of people. There are still, like, for instance, an example I'll say is, let's say before all this, we had 10,000 people like investing, like in 2022, 2023, right? Let's say now it's 50,000. And again, here's where I'm going to throw a caveat in. You have, let's say, back with that 10,000, you had 1,000 leaving because just various reasons that happen, circumstances happen in people's lives. So 10% going, right? Let's say now you have 50,000, but you have 12,000. Now you have maybe, what was it, 10%? Let's say we have about 5,000. So not 10%. Let's say, I'll just say 10,000, right?
Okay.
So we have 10,000 now saying, oh, well, I got to do this. It's not doubled, but still you're left with 40,000 people remaining in the market that are investing versus the other, you know, 9,000. So it's a larger group, but even so, to just the investor pool, think of that also from the perspective of a ripping, right? Like you go from 50,000 people who've been ripping to like 150. And we know it's probably more than that now. And it's just, it just, that's how you see the supply get so killed, you know? Everyone just started to do everything or any avenue, whether it's investing, ripping, collecting, like.
I mean, rip and ships have changed everything. I mean, I don't think people realize the scale that these rip and ships go to get product. Like, they'll be buying off TCG Player, going to shows. Like, I'll see people going to shows with huge wagons. And they'll be going from table to table buying products. Like they would buy from, people would buy from me.
Where did I see that?
Buy me out at shows because they just need stuff to rip.
I saw that at a couple of shows. I saw it at a show actually here in Connecticut. The guy was walking around with prismatic bundles. And he had a wagon full of them. He was just trying to offload them. And then he turned around and he bought a bunch of Sword and Shield stuff. I watched it go down. I was like, that's a move, man.
I mean, that's what places have to do. That's what people have to do.
It's a move.
I mean, look, I'm never gonna advocate for camping Targets, camping Walmarts. I think it's a waste of time. I don't think people acknowledge how much time they waste doing that.
Which is why I also don't believe in people truly, like the people who, like those 50,000 people that I said are investing. I don't truly believe all 50,000 are going to have the guts to actually hold long term, especially when we start seeing actual dips happen in the market, whenever that might be.
Well, I mean, the dips aren't even a bad thing.
No, they're not.
The dips are good.
No, but everyone was freaking out back in November, December, like, this is the end. And it was like, guys, it's just a correction.
But that's just because people are uneducated.
Right.
Like they don't understand the economic side of it.
Right.
And it's like, that's okay, but
that's why they also lean into their emotions, and like it's the same reasoning that they give for, I don't trust the stock market because you lose money. And it's like, no, it's just, you have to just set it and forget it. Just pretend like you're just putting money in there and then invest it and then just forget it's there. Like, don't, and then in 6 months, guess what? Go look at it. Then 6 months later, go look at it again. And you'll notice that you're gaining money. I think it's definitely interesting.
It certainly is. It certainly is. I mean, it's
both of them.
They're just having a field day today.
Bro, this is what I deal with every video. I have to close the door sometimes. Okay, can we not, please?
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
But yeah, I mean, I think it would go a long way if people just educated themselves.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the problems that happen in the hobby are simply because some people don't know better. In my personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
I agree with you.
You have people getting mad at, like you said, pointing fingers at every other group. Like you have the investors, you have the scalpers, you have the people that are just trying to collect the cards that they want. And it's like you have all these people, and they're just pointing a finger. They're literally the Spider-Man meme, just all pointing fingers at each other, blaming one another for it. It's like the real reality is it's the Pokemon Company.
Right.
Like they're not getting enough supply out, and you can be debated right now whether they're printing the capacity or not. But the reality is there's just not enough product.
Yeah, whether it's intentional or not.
Yeah,
they're just at fault.
Because yeah, exactly. Because if they printed enough product, there wouldn't be room for scalpers to actually come in and then buy stuff out
and do what they're doing,
and then resell it on the open. Like, like that's the thing. And it's like, as someone that vends, as someone that sells product, it's like I would even prefer it if it tanked, because then I have more access to buy more.
Right.
And like I started with investing, and I loved getting cases for $600. Like that was a fantastic thing. Now I'll be lucky to get one for 12.
You're younger than me. You're sounding real old, man. Oh, I used to get.
That's crazy.
I used to get Paradox Wrist for $480, Nick. $480.
I mean, you were waiting for it to go down more.
No, I'm waiting for Prismatic to go down more.
You've been waiting for a while.
Bro, I'm gonna wait till I'm 50 for that to go down.
I told Nick at the start of the year to buy Prismatic bundles.
And I have been. I've bought a couple, okay? But last year I didn't believe you.
You didn't believe me.
No, last year I did not.
I told you.
I had full faith. I'm like, nah. Pokemon turned it up. Let's wait and see. I waited. I saw. I was wrong.
You were absolutely wrong.
Whoa, I was wrong. That was taking a half of me being wrong, man.
It's all right. There's grace. Just don't make the same mistake again.
True. Facts.
Oh,
man. What's the next show you're gonna be at?
The next show I'm gonna be at, it's gonna be a show in PA, June 6th with one of my friends.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. So there you go. Now people are gonna know where you're gonna be at.
I'll post it on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll post it on my Instagram.
Follow his Instagram.
Bundle Collects. At IG. So.
Anything else you're working on you want to say?
Honestly, I'm just preparing for the summer. Busy summer. You got Collecticons coming up, so.
Oh, you're gonna be at Collecticon.
I am.
Again, Bundle Collects, Collecticon. Check them out. All right. I mean, we've talked about this before, so I mean, I kind of know your answer. Yeah. But when do you think it's gonna?
Oh,
burst bubble.
When the bubble's gonna pop.
Yeah. When do you think the bubble's gonna quote unquote pop? And we're gonna go back to prices pre-2019.
I don't know if we're gonna get to that point, but
no, we're not.
If I had to give a legitimate answer to that, I think we have to look at a couple different things. One, we have to look at when the new game's coming out, and then when the new era's coming out. Because, I mean, we didn't see it with Mega, but we got to see how the public opinion is with the new generation that comes out.
Right.
And me personally, I think whenever the Pokemon Center International's contract ends with distros, because I think that's going to be a very important moment for prices to retrace. Because right now, it's very clear, like anyone that has distro or has access to distro, they'll be able to tell you after the first wave of product releases, that's wholesale prices.
Right.
It's always wholesale prices, the first wave of products that come out for a new set. After that, when there's a reprint or a restock or whatever, distro has the authority to price it wherever they want. Mm-hmm. So if the market for a Perfect Order booster box is $220, they can fully post it for stores that have to buy them at $180. And at that point, they don't really have a choice, because then you get into allocations and spend, and then it starts to mess everything up. So stores start to get string armed into having to buy those things. So, and just from everything I've seen, Pokemon Center is not happy about that.
Right.
And so it really, like, obviously we don't have contracts for distribution, and we don't see what that's looking like. If there is going to be a change, that would probably be one of the big factors that go into it. Seeing what they do following the contract ending. If I had to say a date specifically, I would say 2028. Because next year, because we have the anniversary coming up, we have the Rayquaza set coming up, we have the Groudon and Kyogre sets coming up. And it's like, that's going to carry us through 26. And then 27, I don't really see it going down either, because like you're still gonna have the hype from this year,
right?
And then who knows what they're even gonna release next year,
right?
So, I would say 28, probably the earliest.
I'd say 2028 if they're following the old pattern that they used to, because historically, and they did kick this with ZA. They normally will release the video game in September to November. And then the next year in February, March, they'd release the TCG for that game.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about 2027, the release of the new generation, then that would mean we get it September to November.
Yeah.
And then the year after that, which would be 2020, we'd get the new generation. And they have plenty of Pokemon to still run through for the Megas. We're talking Kyogre, Groudon. We know Rayquaza's coming, but Kyogre, Groudon are also in that grouping. They have primal forms. We're talking about all the Megas from Gen 3, Blaziken, Sceptile, Swampert. They haven't been seen yet. We're talking about I can't even think of all of them.
They have a long runway right now.
Right, Mega Arrow, Mega Ampharos still hasn't, gotten an art, let's say even. There's plenty of Megas out there that still can have the ability to give them all these sets, and they know it too already. They normally plan out about a year, 2 years in advance of their sets, so they already know what's going on. We don't, but I like you bringing up the fact of distro, because everyone also says how distro, runs the show almost with dropping secondary market, and that I think will always be one of the biggest clouds. If you know what I mean, like biggest mysteries is what's the contract? Like I'm always gonna be like, what does that contract look like? Because that that controls a lot of what goes on here.
It does, because the reality is, like, when these restocks hit, it's like people say, all right, I'm just gonna wait for the reprint. I'm just gonna wait for the restock, and that's all great. But the problem with that is that if distros are always charging market or 10% under market,
or even
like
20,
even 20% under market, and these stores have to buy it. It's like the stores have to make money too. They have overhead, they have employees, they have to pay off all these things. So if they're getting it for, let's just say 80% market, they need to put it for exactly market, or maybe even 10% more, in order to survive.
Right, like a good example. Ready? So Destined Rivals 600, right? Let's say they do the booster box reprint.
Yeah.
And distro gets it. Distro goes to the stores, and they say, "All right, 20% off, so you can get it around, 460, 480."
That would be lucky.
Right, and that's if they're feeling right. That's if they're feeling generous. To just do 20%. Like that's the more hardcore. Like, oh, we're gonna give you guys a really good deal on this one.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna turn around and give it to LCS stores, and I'm not bashing all the LCS stores. Like certain LCS stores will be like, okay, well, you know what, I'll sell it at, I'll do, and like you said, they've got employees, overhead, all that jazz, whatever. They'll turn around and be like, okay, I'll just do a 10% markup. Maybe I'll do 530, 540, and I'll sell it, and that's it. Or in some places, they'll be like, well, I'm just gonna sell it at market, 600, boom, done, over with. Like you said. You're not gonna get that much of a pull down.
You're not, and the problem is that it's not just that the prices just stay there and they're forced to sell it at market price. It's the fact that I don't think people realize how thin the pie is right now.
True.
Because you have all these different accounts with distribution, where it gets to the point where, like,
that's another thing.
Stores are only getting a couple cases. They're not getting like 50 cases on these restocks, these reprints.
It's not like
that's not happening. So like even if we wanted to say, all right, well, if you really cared about the customer, sell it at cost,
right?
Or sell it 10% over. It's like they literally don't have the capacity to do that, because one, they need to keep their stocks or their shelves filled, because if they're empty, it's like no one's ever gonna go to the store.
No.
And so, like, and that also goes to, like, I don't remember when Prismatic first got released, like everyone was going crazy over it, because then the restocks dropped, and like they were getting mad at these stores for charging ridiculous prices, and it's like, I get the sentiment, and some stores are shady. Like it's not.
No, it is. Yeah.
It's not
It's true.
It's not something you can get around.
No, but that's also why That's why also you need to be able to. I'm not saying to have a bad experience of it, but that's how you find out if you're dealing with a shady store or a not so shady store. It's that aspect of getting the experience to know and like the exposure. Yeah. You know, it's unfortunate that that's the case, but sometimes that's how you have to figure it out. Yeah. And you're right, there are 100% just shady stores. Reputation
and brand is extremely important. Mm-hmm. It's just as important as anything else. Yep. And people don't seem to understand that.
No.
Like, because you have these people that are starting to vend or opening businesses and things like that. And I'm not going to come after anyone. Like, I just started vending last year. So it's not even like I've been doing this Name names? No chance. Yeah. No chance, not today. But like, you have these people that are getting into the hobby, and it's fine. Like, there's a place for everyone.
Right.
But these are people that don't appreciate their reputation.
No.
And they just want to toss that aside just to make a quick buck or something like that. It's like, at a certain point, like, you have to care about how people perceive you. Like, it's not everything, but it's important enough where it's like, you want people to know they can trust you.
Right.
So it's like,
I agree with you. It's about character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're nailing it on the head. I agree that anyone can come in. I think past a certain point, for me, a lot of people come in here and they just destroy the reputation. So, you know, you have people who will come in and, for example, rip and shippers. You know, rip and shippers will try to, and we've seen tons of stories of it on Reddit, with Rattle Pokemon, everyone. Yeah. They'll cancel orders because someone got ahead of them. You know, $15 sent a hero pack, and next thing you know, they get, you know, the perfect pack, the god pack, and next you know, they cancel the order and refund the person, and that person's out.
Yeah.
It's literally the fact of, you know, if you're basing off of 10 people and 10 people are happy with your service, you'll hear one or two of them talk about you. Mm-hmm. Versus negative wise, it's like you'll hear 9 people talk about you in a bad light.
Yeah.
And there are people that are here, and for me, if you're here to make a quick buck, I'm not a big fan of you. Mm-hmm. But there are people here who are of the business mindset, but they're also good intentioned people.
Yeah.
They're people who, for instance, you know, your Pokeannies and your Rudies, and you can say what you want, but they're still good, savvy people with a straight head, you know, a straight head on their shoulders. Mm-hmm. You know, for Rudy, for instance, he gives you just heart-to-heart conversations at times. He tells you where he came from. Everyone thought he was this big, you know, financial brokerage guy, and he did so well, you know, that he was able to retire, and he says how he owns real estate and all these restaurants, and everyone's like, oh, it's from his days, you know, when he was working the stock market. And it turns out, you know, it's a much more humbler beginning than we all thought.
Yeah.
And for him to say that helps to kind of paint the image, and honestly also shows the fact of the conversations he has where he tells people don't go into debt, don't leverage. He's trying to protect people for something he happened to himself. So regardless of what you want to say to him, he's a successful business guy. He runs his Patreon well. He's a business, you know. But at the end of the day, he wants to advise people to not do or make mistakes that would put them in bad positions.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is the thing, is that you can nitpick and look at certain things you don't like about a person. Like, there's no one that you're gonna ever encounter or see that you're not gonna be able to nitpick a couple things they don't do perfectly.
Right.
Like, none of us are perfect. Like, and that's the thing people don't seem to understand. It's like, no, but overall, like you're saying, Rudy is for the most part, he does right by the other people around him.
Yeah.
And it's like, even the people that he sells to on Patreon, it's like, you're agreeing to join the Patreon.
Right.
You're volunteering to do that.
Right.
You're volunteering to buy the stuff in the first place.
Right.
So it's like, I think people need to be more accountable for like the decisions that they're making.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
And then at the end, and ultimately, like, there's nothing wrong with running a business and making money from the hobby.
No.
Like, like, if we're being completely honest, I'm sure the Pokemon Center International cares about the hobby, cares about the people in it and the community.
Right.
It's like, obviously they do. But you also have to ask yourself, like, would they be doing this if they didn't make money?
Right.
No, they wouldn't. Like, at the end of the day, they're trying to make money also.
Right.
So to get mad at another person for trying to profit to some degree, like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't be a scumbag. Don't cheat other people. But be honest.
That's when you can probably get pissed at someone because with there being a scumbag, you know?
Yeah.
But to just, the funny part is to sully someone, like to even go a step further, just going in the opposite end, you know? So we're talking about how business owners are just scumbags, but now like sellers being, for instance, scumbags, and saying like, for instance, oh, you resealed this. It's like, bro, it's odds. Like you're playing, they're not gonna say it, but you're playing a little bit of a gambling by ripping a pack, you know? You could go buy the singles if you wanted. No, I wanna rip it. Why? Well, because, you know, I might pull an $800 card from this $20 pack.
Yeah.
Right, so okay, so then don't sit here and say it's sealed from someone who's reputable.
Yeah.
And who has plenty of customers that have been nothing but happy with the person. Now suddenly you're gonna call this guy a reseller because you didn't get your $30,000 or your $1,000 or your $5,000 hit or your $3,000 stack of cards from a perfect pack. Like, I don't get it.
It's unfortunate because sorry, it's unfortunate because if you look at, like, again, it goes back to the education point of it. It's like some people don't even know what they're opening.
True.
So like you'll be opening Magic the Gathering or something like that, or even for some people Pokemon, and like you'll be going through the cards, like, you don't even know what you're looking for. And it's like there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like, don't jump to the conclusion like, oh, you swindled me somehow, or you're robbing me somehow, or scam me. Like, no, that's not what's happening. You just didn't get what you wanted. Necessarily.
That's exactly it,
It's unfortunate, but it happens a lot. And then there are people that actually reseal stuff. And, I mean...
Or people that fix cards.
That is a thing. That's
a different conversation.
That's a point of contention in the hobby. That certainly is.
It's a different conversation.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh yeah, that is. That is rough. Oh man. Okay. Well then. Yeah. This was good.
It was great. Yeah. It's fun.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Stopping by.
Absolutely.
Gotta do this again, whether it's over, video or not.
Yeah. We do.
Yeah. No, guys. I mean, that's about it. I appreciate you guys for being on this one. Special guest. Appreciate everything. I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. This one's a little bit longer. With that being said, we're out.
Peace.